Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on the Idea to Income webinar or insider session. I'm going to call it insider session because I think that sounds better than webinar. So today I'm going to walk you through step by step. I'm going to teach you how to create and sell your first digital product with ease. So this is going to be a no-brainer. I'm going to take you from total beginner and make you very fluid, make you super creative. So I'm going to help you to stop dreaming and start doing. All right. I'm going to give you the simple step-by-step framework to cut through the noise, stop you from overthinking or overcomplicating this. And I'm going to encourage you to trust what you already know. Okay. This transformation starts with clarity and simplicity. So first, I want you to minimize any distractions. So your phones, turn it on, do not disturb, or silence, or just put it out of the room so you're not tempted to look at it every time it goes off. If you're on your laptop or iPad, just close out of the other tabs so you just have this one tab open. Otherwise, if you're like me and I have multiple tabs open, I'm going to start jumping back and forth. So, and then I won't be as present and mindful. So I don't want that for you. So just close out of all of the other tabs that you have open and just keep this Insider Session tab open. Next, I want you to grab a notebook and either a pen or your favorite marker. And I want you to start taking notes. Okay. So write down anything that sticks out to you that is something new or that would be super helpful for you. So I want you to let your creative side open up during our time together. I want you to be present. I want you to be mindful, and I want you to be successful. So say goodbye to distractions, get your phone out of the room, close out of all the other tabs that you have open on your laptop. Make sure that you have a drink or a snack nearby so you don't have to step away and miss anything, because I would hate for you to miss anything during this time together. We got a lot to cover, and I don't want you to miss it. So, welcome everybody. This mini course is for a total beginner who wants to create and sell their first digital product, but just has no idea where to start. Or maybe you want to have a side hustle and just bring in some extra money each month, and you're ready to stop overthinking and finally take action. Or maybe you're just so overwhelmed, you really honestly have no clue how to even get started because even the thought of creating a digital product seems super overwhelming and stressful for you. And maybe you want the step-by-step plan that actually works. So that's what I'm doing today. That's what I'm going to give you is the step-by-step plan, things that I have used in my business to help it grow to a thriving six-figure business. That's what I'm teaching you today. So it's very basic. It is very simple. There is not going to be stress or overwhelm. So I don't want you to have that paralysis analysis or where you're thinking too hard about something. So we're going to avoid that today. Who this class is not for, goodbye. If you're not ready to put in some effort, some consistency, without those two things, you're not going to have success. So this class is not for anybody who wants to get rich quick. So they see it as just a scheme. They're pulling the wool over somebody's eyes, or it's like, ooh, I have this knowledge. I can turn it into a product and people will pay me oodles of money. Okay. That's not what we're doing today. This class is not for somebody who wants success without doing any work, or they're unwilling to take messy, imperfect action. If you're waiting for the absolute perfect time to create a product or to launch your product, I'm going to tell you right now, there is never going to be an absolute perfect time. So you have to be okay with taking messy, imperfect action. And then also, if you expect immediate results without planting any seeds, It's like, okay, you have this beautiful product now and you're handing it out to somebody on a silver platter. Well, if you didn't do that pre-work, if you didn't plant those seeds, how's anybody supposed to know what you have or who you are or what you're about? So you need to start planting those seeds now. We'll talk about that later. But if you're just wanting to get results without planting those seeds, goodbye. And then if you're someone who's more committed to complaining, like stepping back and just complaining about everything without actually putting in some work and being creative, this class is not for you. So, but I do trust that everybody that is here signed up for the right reason. They are ready to take action. They're ready to get their idea and turn it into a product to become profitable. So the best digital product ideas, they come from real life, not from trends or fads, but from honest truth. So this is about cutting through the noise, and that's my goal. It's to help you stop overthinking and to trust what you know. So first things first, grab that notebook, grab a pen or a pencil or your marker, and I want you to just set a timer for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, okay? No more than 5. I want you to start writing down questions or start thinking of questions. What do people ask you most about? What have you done that might be challenging or hard for somebody else? So maybe creating recipes or creating a weekly meal plan comes super easy for you because you had to figure it out. But now you have this really great meal plan and it's something that you rotate each week. But maybe you could turn that into a digital product and share it with others that maybe that doesn't come as easy. So you're just going to do a brain dump of everything that people ask you about. So think of yourself like 2 years ago, 5 years ago, even a year ago, or even 6 months ago. Think about that person. What were you struggling with that you wished you would have known? What have you learned? What have you learned over the years from reading or talking with other people or the courses that you've taken or classes? So that can all be used to turn into a digital product because it's something that you learn, it's something that you figured out, and now you can teach other people how to do the same. So, what do people come to you for help with? Or what have you solved for yourself that others are now having trouble with? So, again, maybe it's recipes, meal plans. Maybe you created a really great workout routine for yourself and you know what you're doing in the gym. Like there's no second guessing, there's no sitting there wasting time thinking, oh gosh, what do I do? I don't know. So maybe you created a really great workout routine and it takes you 30 minutes to get through it. And you've noticed really great changes in your body and in your mindset. Maybe you're really great at decluttering or organizing. Maybe that's just something that comes easy for you. Like you can just go through, you can write out a list of working room by room and you know exactly what you have to do. So write all of that down. Maybe you're really great at parenting the preteens or older teens. Maybe you figured that out, but somebody who's coming up that maybe has more of a challenge ahead for them, maybe your product would be really great for that audience or that type of person. And then business, wellness, those are just some other topics or categories. Maybe you figured out how to build a successful coaching business, or maybe you figured some things out techie wise in the business realm, or how to create a lead magnet, or how to be more visible online. So, whatever it is, whatever people come to you and ask for help with, I want you to write it down. And don't worry if one thing doesn't have to do with the next. That's okay. I just want you to do a brain dump and just get it out of your mind and onto paper because then you can start taking a look at what you've created, your list, and then you can start to piece together or categorize what knowledge, what expertise that you have. So here's some prompts, examples. If you're really having a struggle, you can't think of anything. So here's a prompt that you can use. You can ask Claude or ChatGPT, whichever AI tool that you're using. I want to create a simple digital product, but I'm overwhelmed by too many ideas. Can you help me narrow it down based on what people in the, and then state what industry or niche that you have, want to know about? People ask me about, and then state your top 2 to 3 things that you have knowledge in or personal experience with. And if it's just one thing, just state that one thing. Here's another here's another prompt for example for you. Here are 3 problems that I've overcome in my life or business, and then list out the 3. Can you help me turn one of them into a low ticket digital product that solves a specific problem in under 30 minutes? So maybe you went through a weight loss journey and you lost 20 pounds. Maybe it took you 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks to lose 20 pounds, but you did it. Most people weight loss, that is that is such a challenge. And the older that you get, it's even more of a challenge. Or if you have health issues, it's even more challenging. But if you figured out how to lose 20 pounds without making yourself go crazy or too much stress or overwhelm or feeling defeated all the time, you could turn that into a digital product. You could turn it into an ebook or a guide or a meal plan or a little course. Maybe you found a way to heal your gut so that your system runs properly, or maybe it's being more organized throughout the day. Maybe that's a checklist. So here are 3 problems I've overcome in my life or business. List the 3. Can you help me turn one of them into a low ticket digital product that solves a specific problem in under 30 minutes? Okay. So those are just some ideas for prompts just to get you started. Of course, you can always tweak it, make it your own, or ask something completely different. The next step, I want you to have a coffee chat test. So think about your product, your idea, what the AI tool spit out as a response back to you. So if you can take your idea and your step-by-step plan, and if you can explain it to a friend, like over coffee or over dinner or over drinks, you can turn it into a product. So pretend you and I are sitting down for coffee and I ask you something that you have knowledge with. If you're able to give me a step-by-step plan of how you achieved that, or how you overcame that struggle or challenge, you can turn it into a product. So here's a really great strategy and helpful tip. So pretend you and I are sitting down and I'm asking you about whatever you have knowledge with, experience with. I want you to record yourself a voice note. Just pretend like you're talking to me. And I want you to explain in detail, so step by step, how you solved that problem. Or going back to weight loss, how you lost 20 pounds within X amount of time. After you do the voice record, you're going to transcribe it. And there you go. Voila. That is the beginning of your outline for your product. So it doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't have to put too much thought into this. I don't want you to be stuck on the nitty-gritty details, but just start with that simple prompt. Think about what you're good at or what people ask you about. Record yourself. It's the easiest way. So record yourself giving a step-by-step play. And then I want you to write down exactly what you talked about. Or if you're kind of old school like me, you can take a piece of paper and pen or pencil and just write it down. Or you can do it in a Google Doc too. But point being, I want you to get that knowledge out onto paper or a Google Doc. And I want you to create that step-by-step process. So once you have that done, you're going to apply the life raft method and think about somebody that's in the middle of stress or they're just at complete exhaustion or burnout or completely confused. Would they grab your product? Would they grab your solution like a life raft? So if they're out there drowning in a sea of confusion or stress, and you have something saying, hey, I was in the same boat as you, I was in the same spot, I felt like this, and that, but I figured it out. And now I can give you the tools to do the same in a short amount of time. Would they cling to that? Would they cling to that like a life raft? So you want to choose urgent, tangible problems, not vague ones. So, um, as an example, I don't have time to meal prep versus I just want to be healthier. So that is super vague. That's way too broad. So it's I don't have time to meal prep. Okay, so that tells me somebody is extremely busy. They don't have time to sit down and write out a grocery list or think of food to make ahead of time for the week. So maybe you create a meal prep guide that lists everything out for them. Okay, that's urgent, that is tangible, and it's specific. So for someone who is short on time, and you figured out a way to create super healthy meals in a very short amount of time, and it saves stress during the week in the kitchen, that would be a life raft for your right audience, for the right person. This will be like a magnet for them. Marketing will be super easy and it will be like effortless. So you'll be drawing in the right people. This will be their life raft. So you're going to be defining one problem and then offering one solution or a promise. Simple as that. So problem plus the promise. So this product helps, and then state specific person or who your ideal client is or your ideal audience, solve specific problem in specified time or steps. So as an example, this guide helps busy moms prep a week of lunches in 20 minutes. Okay, super easy. That's very doable. It is straight to the point. So yeah, okay, I'm a busy mom. If I could learn how to prep lunches for a week in 20 minutes, boom, done. That would be amazing. Or maybe you lost weight or you work in the health or wellness or fitness realm and you're really great at creating routines that help your clients or your friends, your family, whoever, shed weight in 20 minutes a day. So maybe you make a workout routine or a book, a guide, or a cheat sheet. It's a routine that it's going to help you shed 20 pounds in 20 minutes a day. Okay. Super straightforward. People that are on a time crunch, that are looking for an easy workout routine and they want to lose weight. Perfect. That is like gold. So you might be thinking, well, I'm having trouble picking just one. I have so many really great ideas and I know they're going to be super helpful. Well, good news. This product that you're creating today, it's not going to be your only forever product. It's not like you can only create one and never create another product again. Okay. I'm not saying that, but this is not going to be your forever product because the more this grows, the more revenue this generates, you're going to want to expand because your audience is going to want to learn more. So, starting out, you're just going to focus on one product at a time until it hits your goal of whatever that amount is. So, some mentors, some people that I know, they always say focus on one product until it hits $1 million. Okay. Now, thinking as a beginner, somebody starting off at zero, thinking about $1 million seems like so far off. And yeah, it sounds kind of scary, but just focus on the one little step, the one sale after another. Just focus on that. Just focus on getting your first sale, your first 5 sales, your first 10 or 20 sales. Just focus on that versus the big overall goal. So let's say you want to make like $100,000 this year. So you take 100,000. So you're going to divide that by 12 months. If you're starting the beginning of the year, or if you're halfway through the year, you just divide the total amount that you would like to make by 12 or however months that are left in the year, whenever you're watching this. And then you can even break that down further to a monthly goal, a weekly goal, and then a daily goal. So divided by how many days that you want to work, or you can just divide it by 30 days in a month. So then it tells you even further how many sales you have to make each day to hit your final end goal for the year. So again, even though you have so many really great ideas, that is amazing. Put it on the back burner. Like write it down on paper, do it in a Google Doc so it gets saved, but keep it on the back burner because you're not going to be focusing on those other ideas just right now. I want you to focus on one idea until you hit your goal of X amount of dollars. So you have to determine that one too. All right, after questions comes the idea and the product. So this is the fun creation phase. Now, it's not going to be like writing a book. A book is super in depth and super detailed. We're not doing that. This is just the creation phase. And this is to help your audience or your ideal client get a quick win. So most people don't buy information, they buy clarity, they buy shortcuts, and they buy solutions. Okay. So you're not out here going to solve everybody's life problem. Not doing that today. Just as a quick win, people don't buy information, they buy clarity, they buy shortcuts, they buy solutions. So here are some key steps. Number one, you're going to pick the easiest format for you. So think of maybe a PDF or a checklist, maybe a daily planner. So it can be a whatever type of planner you want, either a financial planner or health and wellness, mindset, whatever it is, put it into a planner. And then they can just print off however many days that they want to use a planner for. Maybe it's an audio training or templates. Maybe you're really creative and you love designing. Maybe you create templates that people can purchase and then like copy paste. Or maybe you create a swipe file. Now, if you're not tech savvy, you want to start with something very easy, very simple. Canva is amazing. Canva also has a paid option, which has so many more features and bells and whistles, or they have a free option. Okay, the free option, you're still going to be getting amazing features, just not as many bells and whistles as you would if you got the pro. You can also just create everything right in a Google Doc and then share the link with your audience that way. So that is totally free. Step two, you're going to work on the 3x3 method. So you're going to write 3 simple milestones that your customer needs to hit. And under each, you're going to list 3 steps to get there. So as an example, maybe your audience, they need help resetting their energy. Well, what are the three things that they need to do now to be able to reset their energy? So step one is you need to remove the energy drains. Your audience needs to remove anything that is not serving them, something that is draining their energy, making them feel like blah. Step two, they need to add a morning rhythm. They need to get on task. They need to have a routine established. And then step three, to help reset their energy, is they need to rebuild rest habits. So that's just as an example. So the main idea is resetting the energy. And to do that, the milestones are removing energy drains. So identifying and removing anything that's draining the energy. Step two, add morning rhythm. So creating that morning routine. And then third is to rebuild those rest habits. So that is just a nice, easy example. Step three is you want to keep your product under 30 minutes of content. So today, like everybody is in go, go, go mode. We're all busy. We all have stuff going on. And your audience is no different. Okay. They have lives, they have kids, they have careers or other things that they're doing during the day. So they need like quick wins, little nuggets of information, something completely consumable in under 30 minutes. So you're going to focus on one shift. You're not solving all of their life problems. Your goal is for them to say, oh my gosh, I actually use this. Like it wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't long. I can do this. So keep your product and contents under 30 minutes. So something very consumable. Also, you're going to name it with clarity. So you're going to have the result in a certain time frame. So as an example, the 10-minute reset plan, okay, that is super clear, that is very straightforward and direct. Or another example is simple systems for simple systems for overwhelmed moms. Again, very direct, very point blank, like I'm going to show you a simple system. If you're an overwhelmed mom, you need this. All right, step 5, you're going to build it quickly using templates and tools. So it doesn't need to take you a month or 6 weeks or 6 months to create your digital product. You're going to do it with templates and tools using Canva, either the free or the paid version. In Canva, you can create slides or PDFs. If you want to record, if you're going to be doing a course or a little tutorial, a video tutorial, you can use Zoom or Loom, and both are very user-friendly. Now, if you want to add on some workbooks or guides or checklists that people can follow along with or print out, you can use Google Docs for that. And then I want you to remember number 6, the most important. Imperfect action, it creates momentum. So you're going to be building this within a couple work sessions. So 1 to 2 at most. Well, for sure, 1, 2 at most. 3, okay, if you're really kind of pinched on time when you're doing this and it takes you 3 times, not a problem. But try to limit it to 3 or less work sessions. Done is profitable. I want you to get it out of your mind, get it on paper, get it on the screen, and start sharing it. Don't wait for it to be perfect because there is no such thing as perfection. Perfection is paralyzing. You're always going to be going back and nitpicking and be like, oh, that doesn't look right. Well, I don't like this. I should change that. It's never going to be up to your standards. There's always going to be something that you can do differently or change or try to make more visually appealing. So done is profitable. If you're just starting out, yes, it's going to be messy. It's going to kind of be all over the place, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be in that paralysis mode. So done is profitable. Perfect is paralyzing. So here are some testimonials from Ashley and Jasmine. Jasmine says, I always thought I needed more time, a website, or a big following to start making money online. This course completely changed that. So Jasmine, she's a super busy mom, and she also just needed to make some extra income, some extra money each month. So she was doing this as a side hustle. She created her product, she got it out there, and now she is doing fabulous. Ashley, she's a wellness coach. She says, I've taken other courses before, but this one finally made everything click. The way Court teaches is so simple. I went from feeling very overwhelmed to creating and launching my first product in just a few days. Now, it wasn't perfect, but it was real. And I actually made a sale. I love that. If what I'm teaching resonates with you and it's like, okay, she's explaining it in a way that makes sense, there is no fluff. I don't like to teach the fluff. I like to teach the guts, the core content of the framework that's actually going to help you get from point A to point B successfully in as least amount of steps as possible. So you don't need fancy high-tech gear. You don't need a super expensive website. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a website designer or a graphic designer. You just need a checkout link and a reason that somebody should click it. So let's move on and talk about pricing. So when you're thinking about what to price your product, your pricing needs to be like a no-brainer for somebody. So you're going to take into consideration your ideal audience or your ideal client. What are they willing to spend? What is going to be like a no-brainer for that person? Is it $7? Is it $47? Is it $97? There is no right or wrong price point. You have to know who your audience is, who you're trying to serve, who you're trying to help. So as low ticket items, like the no-brainers, no-brainer price points, you're going to go between $7 to $97. And this is great for first-time buyers. Again, we're just focusing on one product at a time. So price it accordingly. Think about what your audience would pay. And also think about the value that you're offering, because that's also going to be factored into your price. If you're offering a ton of value and lots of cheat sheets and framework, okay, maybe the price is going to be $67 or $97 versus walking through a super helpful checklist that's maybe 1 or 2 pages, and it's getting your ideal audience or client from point A to point B in as few steps as possible. Maybe that's at $7 or $17. Okay, so think about the value that you're offering and and also your digital product, and create your price off of that. Do not look at your competitors because you are in your own boat. Just stay on your own path. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. This is you and your business. So step 2, you're going to choose one platform to collect money because you do need to get paid. So some options are PayPal or Stripe, Venmo, Apple Pay, Samcart, Thrivecart, Stan, whatever option or whatever platform that you choose, make sure that you understand how to get everything set up. So I have used Stripe and I've used PayPal. I can attest to those. Both are very user-friendly, very easy to get set up, and it offers step-by-step instructions so you can get it set up properly. Step 3, you're going to write an optimized sales page with real talk. And what I mean by that is you don't want to type something into ChatGPT and say, create a sales page about about the digital product that I'm creating for, and then name your industry or your niche. If you have not trained your AI, like ChatGPT, to sound like you, it is going to be very boring. It's going to sound like a robot typed it out. Okay. So you need to train AI to talk like you, or get put in your prompt, and then once it spits out a response, tweak it to sound more like you. Okay, so as an example, this simple product helps person solve problem in X amount of time or steps without, and then the painful thing that they want to avoid. So type into ChatGPT or Claude this simple, and then tell what your product is, helps who you serve, solve, list your problem in X amount of time. So like 30 days or 60 days, or in 5 steps, without, and then the painful thing that your target audience or client is trying to avoid. Step 4, you want to offer a fast action bonus to encourage those clicks. So maybe you offer as a little bonus a mini checklist or an audio note from you or a bonus day play. Or it could be like a Q&A, whatever it is, offer just a nice fast action bonus that's going to help your audience, your target client, click what you have to offer. So people love to feel like they're getting more than what they paid for. People love value. They love to save. So whatever you're creating, whatever you're selling, promoting, or teaching, make sure that you're over delivering. I cannot stress that enough. Over deliver. People love to feel like they're getting more than what they paid for because you want your client, your audience to walk away feeling like, holy crap, I just paid $27 for this. I would have paid $97 for this. Okay. Over deliver. It's going to give you uh more of that know, like, and trust factors. Okay. Like something that I offer. Wow, court charged $37 for this. I would have paid 97. Like, she's giving me so much value in this. This is way more than $37. So again, people love to feel like they're getting more than what they paid for. And then step 5, determine the date that you're going to go live. I don't care if it's messy. I don't care if you're nervous. We're all nervous. We're all starting out. When I was starting out, I was so nervous. I lived in the land of fear. I didn't want to be seen. I was afraid of visibility. I was afraid of being judged. I had so many negative beliefs or limiting beliefs about my capability, about what I'm good at and how I can teach. I was afraid of, like, if people saw me, what are they going to think? Like, who is she to be teaching this? What does she know? I held myself back for so long, and it did me such a disservice. I grew a thriving six-figure business legitimately from the ground up. I had less than 5 clients after I worked at a salon for over a year. I had less than 5 clients, and I knew absolutely nothing about business, but I knew that I had this urge, like this nudge, this inkling that I was made for more. So I had no safety net. I had less than 5 clients and less than 5 that followed me. Um, and I went off on my own. And it took me a little bit, it took me a couple years, but I figured it out and I figured how to grow my business. I figured out how to be a magnet for my ideal clients. So marketing, it seemed effortless. And I had clients that found me. They drove over an hour for a 15-minute service and then they drove back home. I had people telling me, if you move, like, we'll pay whatever you want. You need to come back here. So I had my business in Wisconsin. I now live in Florida. And I had my clients telling me, please come back here every 6 weeks. We will pay whatever you want us to pay. That's how loyal my clients were. That was the type of business that I grew. So again, even if it's messy, even if you're nervous, we all have a starting point. We're all nervous starting out because we're not experts. We're figuring things out. So even if it's messy, you're going to go live. You're going to put it out into the world. So you don't grow from planning. I'm going to say that again. You do not grow from planning. You can plan till you're blue in the face. You can talk about what your dreams are, how much money you want to make, what you want to sell. You can talk about that over and over and over again. But the growing comes from doing, and the growing comes from publishing. So get rid of your fear, get rid of the nerves, do it scared. I know that you can do this. I've done this, and I know it is possible. So you might be thinking, like, I have no followers, I have no email list. Well, good news, you don't need an audience. You don't need a big audience. Um, I'll teach you how to get an audience. I'll teach you how to get those followers. You need to open up your mouth and offer help to real people. That is your job. That is your job, is you need to get your knowledge out into the world so people, the right people, can find it. They can find you. They can start to learn from you and get to know you and purchase from you. So you don't need a large audience. You don't need any audience to start out. You just need to get your knowledge out of your mind onto paper into a product that people can buy. So here are the key steps. And number one, you're going to use your own circle first. So think of your friends or the network that already know and trust you. So the network can be your friends, your family, your coworkers, acquaintances. You don't need a huge social media following. You don't need thousands upon thousands of followers. You need connection. You're going to be posting value in your offer on your social media pages. So if you are on Facebook, you're going to be posting it there. If you're on Instagram, start posting it. They have the link tab or the sticker that you can include in your story. I don't want you to be focused and obsessing about hype. It is not about creating hype. Okay, so I want you to ditch that right now. You don't need to go viral. You need to be consistent. So think about a day that you want to post, and I'm going to say set a minimum of 3 days that you're going to be posting on social media. So maybe it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Write those days down in your calendar and stick to that posting schedule. So here's an example. If you've ever struggled with problem, I made something for you. It is simple and quick, and it solves and then lists the pain point. The price is whatever it is, and it's ready now. DM me, and you can include like a keyword. So DM me guide, and I'll send it right over. Or you can do a call to action, a CTA, right in the post or the story, and with the link, and say, grab it here. They click the link, you get their email address, they get the product. You're also going to leverage Facebook groups and community spaces. So first and foremost, I want you to offer help. I want you to offer suggestions, your knowledge. You're going to be commenting and you're going to be supporting others. You're not going to be selling anything. Don't even mention what you do, who you serve, what you do for work, or the product that you have. You're not going to do that right away. I want you to be helpful first. Then, if it's appropriate and it's relevant to what was asked as a question, then you can naturally mention your product if it's allowed. If you're not selling, you're offering a shortcut. Keep that in mind. Excuse me. So with Facebook groups, you need to be super careful that you read the rules, because some Facebook groups and admins are sticklers more than others, and you can only promote or offer links on certain days. So maybe in the rules of a certain Facebook group, it's posting or linking, promoting is only available on the first and third Wednesday of the month. Okay, there you go. Then you know the first and third Wednesday of the month, those are the days that you can offer your links and your product, or share your website with the group. Others, they might say you can post and promote yourself every Tuesday. Okay, perfect. There you go. In other groups, if it's not specified in the rules, then it's like a free for all. You can just promote whenever you want. But first and foremost, I want you to offer help. Okay, so come from a place of serving versus selling. Get that out of your mind. That should not be the first thing that comes to your mind when you see a comment is, ooh, I got to make a sale. Ooh, I need to sell this. No, come from a place of serving first. Next, you're going to share the transformation, not the features. So the transformation could be if you're really great with weight loss, like you've gone through that journey yourself, and you've created a sustainable, like real life way, stress-free, and without feeling deprived. If you've created like a weight loss plan that is extremely doable, You're going to offer and share the transformation. Look, I was this weight and I felt like this, and that. And now I went through the journey myself. I lost 30 pounds in 12 weeks and I am oozing with energy. My mind is more clear, something along that line. So share the transformation, not the features. And then to help build momentum, you're going to celebrate your first sale. Just each sale that you make, one win at a time. That's going to help build momentum. So if you get any testimonials or messages sent to you about how your product or your service helped your ideal client or audience, share those. That's social proof. That's telling other people, look, she helped with this and this, and this is what her student got. This is what that client got. And now they're living their best life ever. Share that. Other people want to know. They need that feedback. It's social proof. So also I want you to send follow-ups with gentle reminders. So if somebody's on the fence, if they are interested, send a follow-up. Just say, hey, I'm just circling back. I want to check in with you, see how you're doing, see if you have any questions about, and then you can state your product or your service. Did you have any questions, or what can I do to help you move forward? So make sure that you are sending those follow-ups just with gentle reminders. If you're running a sale on your product, or if you're offering it for as like a founding member price, say, oop, today it's $7, but in 2 days or whatever, it's going up to $17. That's going to create some urgency. It's going to tell your client or your audience, ooh, I better get in on this because I would rather pay $7 versus 17 by sitting on the fence. So just need to send that follow-up with gentle reminders. And here is my final thought about that. This isn't just about creating a product. It's not a get rich quick type thing. It's not a scheme. We are not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes or taking advantage of anybody. It's about proving to yourself that you can follow through on an idea that takes up space and earn from what you know. Okay, that's the big idea. So you need to get your idea out of your mind, put it out into the universe, and start earning from what you know. Your knowledge, turn it into profit. That's the big idea here. So, where do we go from here? Okay. Again, it's not just about creating a product, it's not about getting rich, it's not that type of thing at all. Here is how I can help you. So before I wrap up today, I want to leave you with this. If today lit something up in you, if you're tired of sitting on your ideas or they just keep circulating around in your mind, if you're done waiting for the right time and you're ready to start taking action with guidance that feels simple and doable and aligned and authentic and genuine, then I would love to invite you to be one of the first to join my brand new full course. Yay! I'm doing it. I put it out there. I'm putting myself out there. I created an amazing full course, and I'm so excited to bring it to you. So it is from idea to income. This is a full step-by-step roadmap to create and sell your first digital product with clarity, confidence, and zero fluff. Again, I don't like fluff. I don't like having my time wasted with, 10 minutes of core content that actually helps move the needle forward. And then the rest of the 50 minutes is just fluff. I don't like that. I appreciate you. I value your time. So I am giving you the no fluff strategy. Okay, here's what you're going to learn inside of the full course. So a little bit of what we talked about today, but in the full course, I am going so much further. Module 1, talk about your aligned audience. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to create your ideal customer or your ideal audience and determine like what they're craving, what their fears are. So I'm going to help you create that avatar. I'm going to help you create your ideal customer profile with emotional triggers and also teach you the 10 by 10 visibility method for growth on social media. Module 2, I'm going to help you choose and create your digital product. So I'm going to walk you through my 1 hour framework to create it super fast. Remember, no overwhelm, no stress. I'm going to help you decide what to sell without overthinking. And you're going to have your offer validated before you even build it. So I'm going to help you create your product with the tools that are super beginner friendly because, like I said, we are not techies, at least I'm not. And so I need something that is very user friendly and very easy to implement and follow. So module 3 is all about email marketing and email list building. So I'm going to help you set up your email list, even if you're starting from 0. Okay. I'm going to help you grow. I'm going to help you set up your email list, your offer, and help you grow from 0. I'm going to help you learn how to write sales emails that have a connection and clarity, and then the 3-part nurture sequence and thank you email scripts. So everything is done for you. I'm going to have the email examples, so it's super easy for you to copy and paste or download and then fill in with your own information. Next, module 4 is all about magnetic social media. So I'm going to help you set up your profile so it converts, is very direct and specific. So people that visit your profile know exactly who you are, who you serve, how you can help and offer value. I'm going to help you choose your content pillars that align with you and help you plan out your weekly content with strategy, not stress. And then again, hitting more in depth on the 10 by 10 rule. And then module 5, sales that feel like service. So there's nothing worse than feeling like a slimy, icky, used car salesperson. Okay. I would not like that. I can sniff a salesperson out a mile away. So I would not like anybody that is super pushy or salesy or just in it for the money. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't appreciate it. I'm not going to teach you how to sell like that. I'm going to teach you how to sell confidently without being pushy. And I'm going to give you the 4-part sales script. So it's a hook, the heart, the hope, the help. Okay. I'm going to give you that 4-part sales script. And then I'm going to teach you how to rewire your money mindset and shift into abundance. So this one, that money mindset and shift into abundance, is huge. When we think about money, a lot of us are like, well, we operate from a place of scarcity. Money is scarce. We were all told, I'm pretty confident we were all told growing up, money doesn't grow on trees. That instilled in us that money scarcity mindset. So it's like, oh no, we can't spend money. We have to hang on to it. It's like a prized possession. Well, I'm going to help you rewire your mindset for shifting into abundance. So your mind is going to be opened. You're going to think about money differently and you're going to welcome those sales. You're going to welcome the money, the abundance, that shift. And you're going to be a magnet for money. So if you crave, being able to have more financial freedom, or if you crave, like you need to pay off your bills, if you want to take more vacations during the year, we're going to set that mindset. We're going to open that mindset so you're open to receiving those things. And I'm also going to include prompts and language that speak directly to your buyer's emotions. So as a bonus, you're going to get 30 millionaire mindset affirmations to rewire for wealth, 30 days of daily words of wisdom. It's going to help start your day grounded and clear and active and ready to welcome whatever the day brings. Also, sales, audience, social media, and production or product creation checklists. It's a step-by-step checklist. So you're going to get that free as a bonus. And then also the chat GPT prompt vault. It's going to help you to write those emails, to brainstorm ideas, and create content in minutes. So those are amazing bonuses that you're going to get when you sign up for the full course, the Idea to Income course. So today I am offering it as a pre-sale price of $67. That is huge. That is an amazing savings. So this is the very first time I am opening it up, and I want you to win. I want you to jump all over this because it's only $67. Okay, you're not spending hundreds of dollars. If you're spending 67, you're investing $67, and you're going to get a return on your investment pretty quick once you follow the step-by-step system, the framework. So this offer is only available for a very short window before the full launch. So jump in now, $67. Get in at this price. This is the founding member price. It will go up. So I don't know when it's going up, but by cart close, this sale price is not going to be valid anymore. So make sure when you're watching this, you take advantage of that sale price. So the pre-sale price, $67. If you want more support, I am offering an upgrade to VIP, and it's just $47 more. It's going to include a private Facebook community. We're going to have exclusive Q&As and behind-the-scenes strategies and monthly masterclass trainings to go even deeper and to help you level up to get over any challenges or roadblocks that you're experiencing. So the bundle, the VIP bundle, so the pre-sale and the private Facebook community, it's just one charge of $47. And that is not per month. That is your finder or your founder's investment of $47. So the VIP bundle is $114 total. So if you do the pre-sale and the VIP, the private Facebook community, it is $114. Or just keep it simple with the core course for $67. So you might be thinking, well, I can't really invest $67. That's okay. You can do the starter bundle. It's only $27. And that's going to include the 1-hour product framework, the audience clarity guide. That alone is worth way more than $27. So you're going to get the audience clarity guide, the 1-hour product framework, and the 10x10 content strategy. Okay, I'm going to walk you through all of that. I'm also including 7 affirmations and 7 words of wisdom to reset your mindset. So that is an amazing little bonus that I've included here for you. 7 affirmations and 7 words of wisdom to reset your mindset. So this little starter bundle, it is perfect if you're just dipping in your toe, you want to try it out, you want a quick win, there you go. So if you get the starter bundle and you're charging $37 for your digital product, hello, you just made back your investment plus extra. That is a no-brainer. So if you're still watching this, I know that you're serious about this next chapter in your life. I know you're serious about taking your ideas and putting it into a product and creating money, creating abundance, and creating profit. So this course, it's going to be your map. It's going to be your guide. The question isn't, can you do this? Because I know you can. You are more than capable of creating an amazing product, an amazing guide or course. I know you can do this. The question isn't, can you do this? It's, are you finally ready to stop waiting? Are you ready to start? Are you done pushing it off and procrastinating? So again, the question's not, can you do this? Because I know that you can. The question is, are you finally ready to begin? So I have poured everything into this full course, everything that I wished I had learned when I was starting out. I wish that there was somebody to give me the no fluff version of how to succeed and how to run a business and how to grow a business and how to be profitable. I wished I had everything that I'm teaching you. I wish somebody had sat me down and told me all of this. So I was in the trenches. I've poured my heart and soul into growing the business that I had. And it took me a while, a lot of trial and error and fails. I've failed more times than I want to admit, but I didn't see that as a bad thing. I didn't get discouraged. I pivoted. So each fail, each time I was knocked down, that's a new opportunity to begin again, to get back up and to try another way. So don't worry about doing this yourself. You're not going to be doing this alone. I'm going to be with you the whole way. Again, you're not going to be doing this alone. So thank you for joining me today. Make sure you check your email. If you don't see an email from me, make sure you check your spam folder. It's going to have a special link in there. And if you have any questions, send me an email. It's hello@courtneyspaeth.com. So hello@Courtney Spaeth. It's S as in Sam, P as in Paul, A-E, T as in Tom, H as in Henry.com. So hello@CourtneySpaeth.com. Let me know what you think. If you're like, yep, I already signed up. I'm like balls to the wall. I'm moving forward. I want you to share with me, either email me or tag me on social media at I am Courtney Spaeth. Tag me with your start date that you plan to go live, or send me a message. Just send me a DM and say, hey, Court, I'm going live with my product on such and such date. Okay. I'm going to be your accountability partner. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be there cheering you on. I'm not going to let you fail. Okay. If you want to get this done, I'm going to be right behind you, cheering you on. So thanks for joining me, and I look forward to working with you soon. Bye.